Sup everybody, Andrew here, bringing you a new Vortex Racing Leagues video. Little bit of explanation about the gameplay. This was the Vortex Racing League test race that was done last Saturday for Season 3 around the Circuit de Catalunya, and as you can see from the video, it was wet. So it's quite an entertaining race. First time I've driven a 50% race in the wet on F1 2013. Hardly anyone had a good setup, so it was a quite competitive race. I'm not going to do a normal commentary as I normally do with my highlights packages for each round, mainly because I quite wanted to do a bit of a preview for the season itself. So if you've followed my channel for a while, you'll have known that I was in the Formula 2 Championship in VRL last season, so for like the second half of F1 2012. Did okay in it. I've said before, I'm not the best player of this game. I'm not as quick as, say, Freddy or iSuperscrub or Little Paul. Go check their channels out as well. They're really good guys. But through people's commitments changing and to make a full grid for F1, the F1 Championship, which has moved to a Saturday, by the way, I should probably have said that at the top. F1 has now moved from its Tuesday night slot to a Saturday late afternoon slot, just because it was better for people currently, or the more people currently in F1 from last year. So yeah, I've been moved up into Formula 1. F2 is still going. It's been renamed GP2, but it's still going. But yeah, quite a few guys have bumped up to GP2 as well from the last season. So we've covered that I've moved up. We've covered that GP2 is now GP2, and that F1 is now being run on a Saturday. Calendar wise, for this season, we're just running the standard F1 calendar, so racing every Saturday, or mostly every Saturday. There's a couple of weeks off here and there for stuff like Bonfire Night and stuff like that. But essentially we're running the F1 calendar from Australia right up to Sao Paulo at the end of the season. But the teams who is racing in VRL F1 for Season 3, let's start with Scuderia Ferrari. This is going to be a really strong team. Well, a lot of the teams in this league are going to be a strong team, but Ferrari especially. They've got Ferrari Italia as driver 1 and Freddy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've always just said Freddy. Anyway, that's Ferrari. So watch out for both of those. I've been doing a bit of racing myself with Freddy across in the Apex Racing Leagues recently. If you saw my previous 50% race video, you'll have seen him there. So I think those two are definitely going to be in the hunt for the title battle. I'm right now going to give the edge to Freddy because he's on real good form on F1 2013. Moving on to, let's take McLaren. Let's look at McLaren. So Fibes, also known as Pete the Duck, also known as the King of VRL, he organises it all and puts it all together. He's racing in the McLaren alongside Italian Blue. Once again, two very quick drivers. Italian Blue especially, I think he raced a little bit at the start of Formula 2 last year and absolutely blew everyone away. So as long as he can get to the races, I think he's going to definitely be in contention for the title at the end of the year. Moving on, let's have a look at Lotus, which has got an interesting lineup. They've got Gadalho as the lead driver, who has F1 and GP1 experience, and Richie the Racer, who like me has moved up from F2 last season. Both quick drivers. Gadalho is always, he's kind of like me, he's pretty much ever present at each race, so we'll keep scoring points. So they'll be looking to get a good position, I think, in the Constructors' Championship come the end of the year. Moving on to Team 4, let's take Mercedes. Two guys who've moved up from Formula 2, so you've got Darkness Descends, also known as Nitro Fusion, alongside Alonso Fan. I think me and Alonso Fan are gonna have a quite good battle this year. We've got similar pace, and raced a little bit in this test race that you're watching right now, and the test race before, which I lost footage for. So they're in the Mercedes. Moving on to Sauber. Sauber once again, very, very strong team here. We've got Little Paul, who, as we know, is a really quick driver, has lots of F1 experience, alongside Tyler. So I think they're both going to be in contention for the title at the end of the year, and at the moment they're my tip for the Constructors' Championship as well. Moving on to Williams, aka Team Yorkshire, as I'm liking to call us right now. Liam, also known as iSuper Scrub, is by far the lead driver in this team because he's got me as his teammate. We raced a little bit in GP1 in the Saubers towards the end of that season, earlier on F1 2012, but I couldn't make all the races at that particular time. But we have experience of racing as teammates, got a lot of respect for each other, I think, and Liam's hopefully going to help me get a little bit quicker as well along the course of the season. Right, now I'm looking through the list. Who haven't I mentioned? Toro Rosso I haven't mentioned. First driver, you've got Anderdone, who has raced in F1 and GP1 last season, and another one of the graduates from Formula 2 is Don Silva. Don Silva could be a bit of a dark horse this year, as long as he sticks out of trouble. He was quite unlucky last year that things just kept hitting him in F2. So if he could stay clear, he could get a few good results and mix it up there. Lastly, we've got the Caterhams. Interesting team. We've got Domino. I must admit, I haven't raced him much, so I don't know his speed really, so I apologise for that, but I definitely know the speed of the other guy, and that's SS Power, the guy who stormed to the Formula 2 title last season. It's going to be really interesting to see how he competes against the others, and I'm going to say that he's probably going to be in contention for the title as well. So yeah, my tips for the title, I think it will be between Freddie, Little Paul, Tyler, Liam and SS Power. One of those five. So the first race is this coming Saturday round Albert Park. Yes, you're going to get another 50% race around Albert Park, but hey, that's just how the races are falling at the moment. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how I can race against these guys in Formula 1. If you've made it all the way through, thanks for watching the video, guys. Yeah, on the screen are two videos you may have missed. On the left is the most recent episode of 3 Laps 3 Topics, Indian Grand Prix Review, Ross Brawn, Lotus Tyre Strategies in that one. And on the right is the social race which I mentioned, involving Cal and Freddie. Check that out as well. Please subscribe if you've got the time. I've been Andrew the Blade. I'll catch you later.